Hi, it's James Harrison. It's time for Tip Tuesday. And one of the things I want to talk about, I guess you could call it a tip. Maybe I'll change this and put it under Sunday Stories. I'm not sure. But I've been just seeing so many people posting things and attacking other drummers for all kinds of reasons that don't need to exist. And so I guess I want to say is, I put a video out about haters, about attacking what you might put out, and especially if kids, if they post something, just be aware somebody's going to come back with something negative. But what I want to talk about here is everybody has differences. Everybody has differences of opinions on music, different technique, different equipment, different tunings, different ways of playing, different size sticks, different type of cymbals, and there's always going to be somebody that's going to chime in and complain about something. I see people posting, I don't have a stick, well, maybe I do here in my stick bag. Let's just find out. This is a, and grab one of those, and I just want to use this as an example. Okay, no, I want one even more thrash than that. Okay. Sorry for taking up the time to do that. Okay, I play all kinds of music, including a lot of heavy rock music. Now this is a Vader SD9. Now you can see how thrash that is from doing rim shots. Much more so, even though it's chewed up here, it's more of an issue from doing rim shots. And people will post stuff like this and the stick is broken there. And somebody will chime in and say, well, you don't know how to play, you got bad technique or something. No, they're just playing a different style of music than you do. Okay, when I play jazz, I don't play sticks this big. I don't hit rim shots on 2 and 4. But when I play certain styles of rock music, I am doing that. It's high volume. It's hitting hard. It's burying the beater into the bass drum and having a hole in the front head so the air can escape and get a certain kind of sound that's not too ringy, boingy. It's really defined and articulate so that it can spread and go through the microphones and the PA system and sound good and work with the type of music I want to play. And you'll see people, oh, you have a hole in the bass drum head, you don't know how to play, or that's wrong, you shouldn't have a hole. It should be based on the sound that you're looking for and the style of music that you're playing, okay? And one doesn't work well for everything, okay? John Bonham not having a hole in the front head works great for John Bonham. But if he was playing a double pedal and doing all this crazy articulate stuff, it wouldn't be clean enough. It wouldn't translate in an arena. Even with as fast as his foot was, it's not as fast as some of the stuff people are doing today. So they need a drier sound or even a triggered sound. And that's okay. That's what they're doing. That's what they're looking for. And some people say, oh, I broke a cymbal. And other people like, I've never broken a cymbal. You don't know how to play. Okay. I've broken a cymbal. I've studied percussion and have degrees in percussion. Do I play orchestral stuff the same way I do rock stuff? Of course not. I've been in situations where I cracked a cymbal? Yes, I have. And it was in a very loud earplug house gig, mic'd up, everything. But I've done it. It's happened. I've broken heads. I've broken a bass drum beater before. It can all happen. I've heard of people breaking bass drum pedals because they're stomping so hard. If that's what they're doing for the style of music they're doing, more power to them. That's what they need to do. Okay, that doesn't mean they can't do other things. Jim Riley is a friend of mine who's the drummer for Rascal Flatts, but he's a grad of North Texas and he marched drum corps and he does all these different things. And what he does on stage for Rascal Flatts, which plays, mostly major arenas and stuff, will be completely different than he would play if he was in a small jazz setting. I'm sure his drums are tuned differently, the beater's probably different, everything. So you can't channel everybody into one thing. A lot of people are chameleons and take on different things. I played in jazz big bands, I played in jazz combos, I played in rock gigs, country gigs, Latin gigs, symphonic gigs, orchestras, everything. And I play what's appropriate for all those things. And I use appropriate implements, sticks and whatnot for those gigs. And I use appropriate cymbals and heads. This kit I'm sitting behind right now has emperor heads on it. And I've got, this is in a room in the house for practicing. So I've got Sabian medium hats, AAX, Raw Bell Dry Ride, APX 16 Ozone on top of a B8 Pro, and then an AAX Concept Crash over here that's a 16. There's an 18-inch Studio AAX, and there's another one over there that's normally right here. And I have a Splash that I took down right now. That's normally just what I have set up for practicing. Now, if I were going to go out and play a heavier gig, I move up to the AAX Explosion Crashes because I prefer those for loud gigs. But if I'm going to play a jazz gig, I use a completely different set with single ply heads, and I use hand-hammered or HHX cymbals. I even have the Artisan Light Ride and hand-hammered hats and everything. So it changes based on the gig. It's not about not knowing what to do or not knowing what to do. And the sticks change. The heads change. Everything changes. So I guess my thing is all these people seem to be jumping on and attacking somebody for breaking a stick or breaking a cymbal or breaking a head. Or if you have a pair of sticks that you've had for 3 years and never broken them, that's great. But your heavy rock drummers are not going to be that way. Okay? Chad Smith, when he's pounding with the Chili Peppers, there's no telling how many sticks he goes through a night. Is it because of bad technique? No. I'm sure if he was playing a jazz gig, he wouldn't play that way. The point is, he plays what he needs to play, the way he needs to play to get his sound. Okay? And I've seen major stars break sticks, including Buddy Rich and Louis Bellson and stuff like that. So nobody's going to tell them they play wrong. What they do is they play differently than you do. And so I guess my take on this video, whether it be Tip Tuesday or Sunday Story, we'll see where I end up putting it, is be considerate of differences that other people have and tolerant of it. And, you know, you're offering an opinion is fine. You're free to do any of that. But attacking somebody for being different and shaming them or, you know, belittling their style of play when you don't know anything about them is not the best way to handle the situation. So put it that way. I've learned to be tolerant of a lot of differences that may be different than the way I think, but they're not wrong. So there you go. That's the best way I can describe this video, whatever you want to call it, being tolerant, being polite, being kind, being compromising, or whatever. The main thing is not being attacking and being appreciative of the fact that we're all part of one giant drumming community, and we should all be happy that we each have those outlets and could create our sounds and our voice. And if you're channeled into one style of music and that's what you do, that's great. If you're playing all kinds of styles, you'll understand more the differences that somebody might do. But we're one part of one giant fraternity of drumming, and we should all be grateful to be in there.